The soil is the great connector of lives, the source and destination of everything. It is the healer and restorer and resurrector by which disease passes into health, age into youth, and death into life. Without proper care for the soil, we have no community, because without soil, there is no life. I had just graduated college and I didn't have a lot of money, but I wanted to eat well. And so I was volunteering at some urban farms near my home where they had this great trade where you could work a few hours and get a basket of produce back. And talking to these farmers, realizing that farmers have really razor-thin margins and could use all the support that they could get. And living in a place like Austin, Texas, where we see ourselves as a very progressive community, I was really shocked at how few people were composting or even knew what composting was. I started to see the possibility of connecting the dots between these people in the community who are creating this organic material and those in the community who could put that material to use. All through college, I rode my bike as my primary vehicle, and as I was sort of formulating this plan in my head, the thing that I kept coming back to was, what if we could do it all by bike? What if we could create the most sustainable recycling program that anyone has ever seen? Each peddler on their route is assigned to a station. Because we make all of our collections using bikes, we have stations embedded in the various parts of town that we serve. And so a peddler will get assigned to a station, show up at that station for their route with their route sheet in hand, and then the bike and all the material is waiting for them there. They gear up, make sure that the tires are pumped up and the bike is in pristine order, and then they're off and start making collections.
This is our little storage unit for the day where we put all our supplies, like the bags we need, spray bottles, rags. Make sure I don't have any broken spokes on the bike or the trailer. And I have to review my route sheet, make sure I didn't have any starter kits, make sure I have enough bags, and then I have to make sure I'm wearing my t-shirt, my helmet, and then I submit. Now we're ready to start the route.
So they just go down the list and go from house to house, business to business, collecting the organics and leaving fresh, clean containers. And once the bike's payload is at capacity, they then reroute themselves to the nearest community garden or urban farm where they can drop that material off and get right back on their route. The mission of the Compost Pedallers is to enrich the communities that we serve, not only by reducing waste and supporting the local food community, but by connecting people to each other and the places that they live. If you ask a group of people to raise their hand if they want to contribute to a landfill today, no hands go up, right? But at the same time, the average American makes about 5 pounds of trash individually every day. About 30 to 40% of what you throw away is compostable. So I started to see this disconnect between people's values and their behaviors. And so what we tried to build is a virtuous cycle, a closed loop system where the resources that are being created in the community, the organic material, are not going to the landfill where they're going to create methane gas, but being reinvested right in the community where they're created to, grow more healthy food options and grow a more verdant and green community.